Hi there. Welcome back to the Mid-Sec. Hey, look who fell into the gig. America, welcome back from the world's longest hangover. The redoubtable Tom Izzo is back after a scintillating St. Patrick's Day party up at the crib there in the Upper Sac region this Sunday.
And I was sick. I was sick for a few days.
So the food was actually the shepherd pie, by the way. Spectacular, I got to tell you. I
didn't love it this year.
Don't be a Brian. Don't be a Brian. Everybody else loved it.
I guess you're right. I don't know.
If everybody loves it but the chef, there's a problem. Okay, and it's not.
I mean, usually
it's not
both
the 11.
trays go.
Well, we got halfway into the second one. Well, plus it was corned beef hash. There was all those appetizers. Creek's apps.
No, those were good.
Those were scintillating too. They were good. They were good.
The Reuben, the pickle Reuben.
Yeah,
no
dude.
bread, just pickle.
The pickle, yeah, that was succulent. Anyway,
you needed that. You needed something.
You did. It was wonderful.
Come on, Nick.
Creek doesn't miss. When Creek gets up to the plate, he generally hits. Okay, and it's not a C&I single. Anyway, welcome back to the Sack.
Put some gas.
That again is the redoubtable one time is a highly questionable Roger Miliaccio. Welcome to IDD. For those you know, I don't disagree. The madness of March has begun.
It's upon us,
and there's already been a doozy.
Kentuck.
And guess who it was?
Stefanari.
You know, every now and then, this job is just so enjoyable. The Kentucky Wildcats, who Seth Greenberg, a college coach, Division I, pretty good Division I college coach, this morning said was going to make it to the Final Four, gets bounced by, of all places, Oakland, Michigan.
Remember we talked about them on Sunday.
I told you.
Do you remember that? Well, you didn't say anything about it. You were just
I said where they were.
Oakland, Michigan.
Oakland,
I was
Michigan.
like, they're in Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan.
I was like, I thought they were in Oakland.
Well, I know that because a friend of mine went. That's how, the reason I know about them. The truth is, a person I know went there. That's the only reason I know who they are.
Somebody's girlfriend, somebody?
No, a girl I used to date.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
I like the way you say that. Like it's kind of you're kind of like
I used to date.
Girl I used to date. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, past tense used to date.
Anyway, the way you whispered it was kind of there was something there.
There's a microphone right there.
Something there.
The way you whispered it into this big BBD is just something there.
No, I felt the tone of your voice shifted, and you gave me the, you gave me the Rizzler look. It was like
the what?
The Rizzler.
What's the Rizzler?
That's the Rizzler is like what the kids say now, like a Mac Daddy. Like somebody with a lot of swag, somebody with a lot of riz, somebody that can pick up whoever he wants. So the way when you turned to me, you gave me the Rizzler look. You were like,
"That's not what. That was not the intent."
You went like this. You were like this. You were like this. Check it out. You were like, "Girl, used to date." And I was like, "Oh, yeah. Okay."
Anyway,
that was way too long. Way too long on nothing.
Yes. How can we kill March Madness?
Excuse me, I know there's a hurricane outside, but I'd like to put you to sleep.
Let's cue up one of Tommy's inner monologues and bring it to the screen. Anyway, once again, it is the Madness of March segment one, all things, because we are right now in the 10 o'clock hour here in the East, and we have a potential Donnie right now. NC State and Texas Tech Red Raiders going at it.
I haven't watched an entire game all day. Have you?
Yeah.
You watched an entire game?
Yeah, everyone's been in front of me. I've watched the whole thing. While I was working, of course, so I had it on. But I wasn't watching.
Right, but so you haven't watched an entire game?
Well, yeah, no, I did after work.
Afterwards?
Afterwards, yeah. I watched that Kentucky game from beginning to tonight.
See, we had a school play.
Yeah.
And then we went out to eat. So.
Oh, that's fair. No,
at work, I was watching pieces.
Were you went to? Were there any TVs up? You could check scores?
There was, but they were far away.
Too far away.
So
that's disappointing.
And we were having some good family combos.
No,
so it was good.
Good time. Yeah. I'm trying to get the kids out tomorrow night for dinner, and they can't decide on where they want to go. It's like you're getting dinner out of this, and you can't. And I'm giving us where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
You got to try to go somewhere new, maybe that none of you have been. Be an experience.
They don't want that.
They want standard.
They want
McDonald's.
They either want the Texas Roadhouse.
That's where we went tonight.
Yeah, they either want.
We had never been there.
Did you like it?
It was good.
Yeah, it's good.
Kids got steak, medium rare.
Ooh, really?
Casey was like, I was like, babe, when I make them steak,
what steak?
They eat medium rare. They like it. She's like, look at what it says on the menu. Eating raw meat can cause illnesses. I was like.
Yes, get back in there,
Trouble. Need any math help? I can help.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Get in the house.
I don't mind.
Unbelievable. She's already on my shit list because she skipped soccer practice tonight. Faked faked a anxiety attack. Unbelievable.
How do you know she faked it?
I'll tell you how I know she faked it. From the moment she got off the bus, walked
she was
in,
setting it up,
asking me just saying I don't want to go to practice. I don't need to be there. I need to be there. And I just kept. I'm trying to work. She keeps.
Why? Because she knew Penny wasn't.
She knew Penny wasn't going. I'm like, is Penny the only kid you know on that team? Well, no. Then shut up. You're going. So and then she just kept at this. Now this went on. She got home at 3:30. This went on for almost 2 hours. Then, because I have to get Anthony to football practice.
Oh shit!
As we get out the door, try to drop her off. I'm like, one more minute. She's like, I'm having a panic attack because you're yelling at me. I'm like, you've been doing all the yelling since you got home. Now here at the 11, we're about to leave. Now I'm yelling because you haven't changed yet.
The 11th hour.
Yeah, for an hour and 45 minutes, I didn't raise my voice. But then the second I do, you're giving me a panic attack. And I'm like, and I guarantee you that's the story he's going to tell my wife.
And you said, fuck this. Let's go, Anthony.
I said, stay home. I'm sick of you. And by the way, I'm taking away all your shit, and that's it. So, but anyway. The
shit list hello.
Yeah. So anyway, we are 10:31 to go in the first half. The 11th seed, not on me. The 11th seed, NC State, 19-16 over the 16 Texas Tech. We've also got Drake. He picked Drake, 19-15 over Washington State, and
the Knicks down 9.
Tennessee is bum blasting St. Peter's at the half.
Yeah, that's not even.
Kansas. This one just Kansas and Sanford right now.
In a couple of mine, I picked Sanford because the big guy for Kansas is out.
And I will submit to you that Kansas still has 8 high school All-Americans, and Sanford has none.
No doubt.
By the way, they have a guy named Bill Self, who, unlike Calipari, can coach. So,
they're still vulnerable.
Not tonight, they're not. Maybe a couple rounds, but not tonight.
You never know. Sanford and Son might come through.
You never know. Well, if Calipari was on that side, I'd give you a fighting chance. But anyway, and again, that's the best part about today for me, really. I mean, watching that donkey go down again with an all-world lineup, proving once again what a lousy coach he is. This one guy comes up who no one's ever heard of, drops 32 points on him. He's draining threes like he's Larry meets Steph. And Calipari even admits afterwards, went to a box and won, still couldn't stop him. By the way, what a real boxing one looks like is
he's throwing elbows.
What a real boxing one looks like is you pick that guy up on the other end line, and that guy's running with he's all over him. And if they screen, somebody out of the box switches, so he never gets the ball. That's what it's supposed to look like. This kid still kept lighting him up.
Precious Achiuwa just locked down Jokic. It was beautiful.
Okay. Oh, by the way, we have 2 games on. Denver is in the Mile High, 3-0 on this road trip, Tom, and they're 77-68 to Denver, 4:36 to go in third. They're still missing people, as in all-star caliber players.
Dude, Deuce McBride the other night. Did you see what he did? Oh Jesus, what are you doing?
I was on the show. Did you watch the show?
No.
I gave him a shout out. I did a segment on him. I said segment 2.
Did he look great?
Yeah. He comes off the bench. The dude averages 6.5 a game. He had like 31.
Stepped up.
He pulled the Peyton Pritchard. Yeah. So and we'll get into them in the second segment. But the beauty of it is now. By the way, I don't know if how many of you have filled out brackets on ESPN, but at last count it was 22 million and change. Brackets.
Oh, I saw 25.
It's 25? 25 million. There you go.
The counter was going.
Yeah.
Oh, big man with the touch. He's got a little touch by the cup.
He's got a little French pastry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, definitely with the bag.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a little. Yeah, that dude.
By the way, see him making macaroons.
Yeah. He's not. He is the wolf pack. He is the whole pack. This dude. He's a large man with a game, and
he's a good big.
And they step on the line.
Down?
Step in the end line. Yep. So
you're not going around him.
Not going around that dude.
No.
That's like going around the sun. Look at this dude. Look at this. Oh, the spin and the lefty jump hook.
I was telling you.
Fundamentals, young players. Fundamentals.
That was when I said the guy's got touch.
Uh-huh.
It's so cool to see a big man like that with touch.
It's so cool to see a big man with fucking post moves. Actual fucking post moves. Okay. By the way, the thing about I don't know who you had in your bracket. It was 27% had UConn winning it all. The brackets that I saw. North Carolina was next. Purdue was third.
My first bracket, I picked Creighton.
I have Creighton one of mine.
You do?
Yeah, winning it all.
I thought, because of what I saw them do to UConn this year,
that's what they did to UConn.
I was like, they're good enough to beat anybody
Creighton is a senior-laden battle-tested,
and size,
big,
tall as fuck,
fundamentally sound, good shooting team.
Yeah.
Translation, they're not going to beat themselves. Someone's going to have to beat them. And they have the experience over a lot of these people. And look, I said on Monday Night Show that the Big East was going to represent in this tournament. It's going to, because they got hosed. They should have got 5. They got 3. Providence should have been in. As much as I hate Patino, they deserve to be in. If you looked at St. John's schedule of rating, schedule, it was like 24th.
I know.
They should have gotten in.
Their net was like 30.
Yeah, they should have gotten in.
But they also had a stretch where they lost like 12 in a row in the middle of the year, didn't they?
They lost 8 out of 9.
I mean,
but in those losses, UConn, Marquette, and Creighton.
Yeah,
Creighton twice.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against them.
So,
but
and by the way, Providence, who also got snubbed, that was one of them too. Providence won their first NIT game as well. So Villanova,
Seton Hall too.
Seton Hall really got robbed. Yeah. So look, I'm serious. They should have got 6. The Big East should have gotten 6. How can you? Here's the problem.
And but where did the extras come from? Like,
Mountain West should have got 6. They gave them
6?
They got 6 Mountain West.
All right, go through. Do you know those off the top?
No, not all of them. I can look. We'll look them up though. But the point is this. Hear me out here first. I'm an ACC guy. Okay, everybody knows that. Okay. The 5th team in the ACC, who was Clemson, okay, had a power ranking in the 20s, high 20s. The schedule, they were a 22-win team. They won 11 games in conference. That's a tournament resume. Okay, that is. They were on the bubble because they lost to BC in the first round. BC, by the way, it was 19-15, ended up because they won 2 more games after them, and they just won their first NIT game today, BC. So that was not a bad team that beat them, and it was a close game. So the thing is this, they deserve to get in, but here's the problem. The teams in the ACC had 2 teams ranked in the top 10 most of the year, Duke and North Carolina. Everybody knows this. They get 5 teams. The Big East had 2 teams ranked in the top 10 virtually all year. One of them was sitting at number 1 for most of it, UConn. And they get 3? They get 3? And by the way, I think after what happened yesterday, it's safe to say Virginia should not have gotten in. They embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed this state. They embarrassed.
But like, if you had looked at their resume, could you have really held them out? Like, had they shown those colors yet?
Compared to Providence and Seton Hall, yes. If I had to choose between, I would have taken those 2 beforehand.
Where did they finish in the ACC?
They were 3rd in the regular season.
I mean, it's hard to keep the 3rd place team in the ACC out of the tournament.
The thing about it is, the 3 teams that finished at the top of the Big East were all ranked in the top 15 at the end of the year. Virginia was not. So I'm saying that the teams that came behind them were behind 3 of the top 15 teams in America. The Big East is a stronger conference than the ACC this year. It is.
No, I'm not saying that
it is.
The Big East should have gotten those teams in, but hard to see not putting the 3rd best team in the ACC in. That's all I'm saying. And as shitty as they played, it's easy to say now, but
here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
And I had brought this up Monday night. I had sent him a text about because these teams were all declining the National Invitational Tournament invite because that tournament doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's bupkis. Mm-hmm. There is a way to save that tournament. Lo and behold, after I said there is a way, I went and found it. So here's my proposal. Okay. What you do is you shorten that field. If it's 32, make it 24, whatever.
So you shrink it.
You shrink it. I'll tell you why you shrink it. Because here's what you do to the NIT, and not only does it save it, it's a cash cow. Because what you do is the top 2 teams in the final both get into the Sweet 16, and then whoever wins gets seeded higher, and then you reseed them 1 through 18. Now talk about a money maker.
The top 2 get in to the Sweet 16.
Yep, they add on to it. So it's actually 18, man. But then you reseed them. And what you do is you have a plan. So what that is, 15 would play 18, 17 would play 16, or 16 would play 17 rather. The number 1 seed gets the lowest remaining seed, the number 2 seed, because you reseed them all.
Yo.
Do you know what that would do for this tournament? From a money?
Man.
And by the way, here's the best part, okay? All those teams, and every year, on the Monday after Selection Sunday, they have a segment called Snubbed, okay? And there's 6 to 8 to 10, whatever it is. They grab the top 3, or whoever's the bigger mouth, Mr. Pinocchio himself.
You're smarter than I thought you were.
Okay, the bottom line is, all those teams get a shot to prove it. So, all right, okay, you didn't get in, but you come to this. You get to the final, you're in. You win, you get seeded higher. So what that would do, it would add one game. Now, here's the thing. Don't, and I said this on Monday, don't say student athlete, I'll punch you in the face, okay? And if you're in front of my car, I'll run you over with it. Listen to me. They don't care about the student athlete. They've never cared about the student athlete. It's the biggest lie this side of Donald Trump, okay? They've never cared. What they do care about is money, okay? And there is no better way to make the madness even maddening than to make the NIT part of it with incentive. Can you imagine what that field would look like? Can you imagine those teams? And by the way, they're all pissed off that they're in there like, all right, fuck, never
going to win. A chance to rewrite your history.
Yeah, literally. You talk about Donnybrooks. They should just call it the Donnybrook Invitational. That's what you should call it.
I mean, the atmosphere at Villanova last night was a tragedy.
And it's terrible. Terrible. A team with 2 national championships in the last 10 years.
Right.
And it was. You could have heard.
You walked in there we got this.
You could have heard a pin drop in there. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, this isn't right. Okay. But that's what you do to the NIT. And don't give me this crap about one more game, because here's a perfect example. The Houston Cougars, one of the number 1 seeds. Okay. They're 30-4. They've played 34 games. As things stand, they'd have to win 6 to win the whole thing, because only one team's going to win 6. Only 2 teams are going to play 6. Okay, so that would be 40 games. That's still less than half an NBA season. So you add 1 game, and for 1 game, you completely change this tournament, and for the better. And in terms of money,
but okay, so explain this to me. So that means you have to have the NIT over with a week and a half into the tournament?
It ends after the first weekend, because the Sweet 16 will be set on Monday. So they just play a weekend. They play like they start on Thursday.
Because you're saying shrink the NIT.
Shrink the NIT.
So what 12 teams?
16.
16.
Yeah, 16. The 16 that got snubbed. Because there's
you'd have Thursday, Friday games, Saturday, Sunday games.
And then you're set.
And then you're set?
And then you'll choose. You take those 2 winners, because the 16 is set. You add 17 and 18, and you reseed all of them. Now, the 2 teams that got in, they're going to be automatically 17 and 18. The team that won is 17. The team that lost is 18.
Okay, but here's the thing I'm struggling with. So you play Thursday and Friday, you go from 16 to 8. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday, you go from 8 to 4. So you have 4 teams left.
What I would do is then you have them play on Tuesday.
And then they got to play a play-in on when?
Probably Friday, because those things. Some teams play on Thursday, some people play on Friday. Have them play on Friday, so they have 3 days between games.
No, but they got to play the play-in with the teams from the other, right?
The other thing you could do is you could start it on Tuesday, because the NIT selection show comes out right after that. Where you can have those 16 teams start them 2 days earlier, so they can finish it on the weekend. Yeah. It's not difficult.
You got to finish it on the weekend because you're saying the two finalists from the NIT
are going to go in.
They come out and each play the lowest seed.
They play, so 18, whoever lost the game, the championship game of that NIT, would play the 15th seed.
Okay.
Then the 17, the champion, would play the 16th seed. The winner of those 2, the lowest remaining seed goes to the 1, the second one goes to the 2, and then you go from there.
But when do you play those games?
With the rest of the 16.
You can't.
Yeah, you can.
Because you have 18 teams. So you have to play those games like the Tuesday prior to the Sweet 16.
Okay.
Right? Because
So what? So do it. So just you can stretch it out another couple of days. That's not impossible to do. That's low hanging fruit. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
If you here's the deal. The money, the financial windfall. This would. Are you kidding me? By the way, now you got a bracket for that fucking thing. Oh, who's coming out of that and getting into the dance? Imagine how many of those brackets will get run.
It creates major incentive where there's currently 0 incentive.
And what the NCAA really wants? Money. More money. Money. And that tournament would not only mean something, but here's the thing. In the American way, it would give those 16 teams a chance to make their case. We should have been in. Okay, prove it. We're going to give you a chance.
Because if you can't beat all these other shooters, then
by the way, all these teams here, they're in the same boat you're in. So now we'll let you guys decide it.
They'll call it the shoulda tournament.
We're going to let you guys decide it. What could be better than that? They said they get the we shouldas got in. Guess what? They get to settle. They got a shot to settle it. There were 2 teams left standing. They got in. Then nobody can complain. Nobody complained. And by the way, if you don't make that 16, you weren't getting it anyway. Okay?
Alec Burks, my God.
What's happening? Oh, here?
I've seen him throw 2 shots up, and they didn't even get to the rim.
Oh. Denver is up 88-76. We're going to talk segment 2 NBA.
I kind of want them to rest.
Well, they've won 3 already.
Exactly.
Remember, we fought 2-2. They were 3-0, dude. This is house money right here.
Yeah, don't force Josh Hart to play 48 minutes in this game.
No, you don't.
Take Brunson out.
You don't need to win this game.
All right, Alec Burks.
All right, well, now it's 9, so now you can't give up.
Of course, I criticized Alec Burks. Now he hits a 3.
Well, you praised Calipari, and now he's out of the tournament.
Right. 700 wins my ass, John.
I told you. The best part about it was, America, we were off air. This morning when Seth Greenberg picked them to go to the Final Four, he's like, look, they can score with anybody offensively. And at some point they got to guard someone. But here's the thing, guys. How many teams in this tournament have 2 first-round draft picks coming off the bench? Which was my whole point. This guy has more fucking talent than the 86 Celtics, and he can't win shit. It's awesome. It's fucking beautiful. The fraud that this man is, and the world is seeing it. And by the way, that fan base, they were calling for his head before this happened. What's happening now? Going to change that from blue grass to red grass. There's going to be blood in them thar hills out there in Western Kentucky.
Drake down by 1.
Against Washington State. Hi, Drew Bledsoe.
He went there?
Yep. And
Hi, Drew Bledsoe.
Tennessee bum blasting St. Peter's 52-24.
State,
Kansas starting to distance themselves from Mr. Sanford and Son. That's a wounded Kansas Jayhawk, I might add. The big man is out. We don't know for how long. This is a fucking Donnie, though. Yeah. We're not paying attention to this. Well, we got a full-blown Donnie right in front of us here.
Down 8.
The Knicks are in this game, and they're missing who and what? What and who?
OG, Randall, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, what's that, 2-3 starters? Yeah. Oh, and they got a steal.
And it looks like they've kind of taken the starters out, which I like.
Yeah, you got to develop your bench.
Let's see what the bench does.
Yeah, this is why you play the bench.
Precious Achiuwa.
Oh, it's 5.
Who the fuck was that? Oh, it's Deuce.
It's 5.
Dude, Deuce McBride is a motherfucking problem off the bench.
I'm telling you, Denver's got a problem, and their name is New York. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Segment 2, all things NBA. Boston Celtics last night got their 55th win.
Wow.
And, of course, they're up 21 and decided, this is too much of a runaway. We should take our foot off the gas.
Is that when you were texting me?
Yeah.
They were watching that?
They were up 21 points with 11 minutes to go. The Bucks.
Yeah.
It was over. And
dude,
then
when you started
Celtics,
texting me that, I was like, he's full of shit.
And then you looked.
And I came back out of the bathroom, and I'm like, what? This shouldn't even be a game. Like, there's no reason
for it. It was 21 points. We'll talk about it in segment 2. Anyway, Yoda, Jobu, Betty in the house. Good to have the redoubtable one back. I miss my running mate, my partner in crime, my brother from a not-so-adjacent mother. We will see you on the other side. NBA, Celtics, Knickerbockers coming right up.
Nets.
Gingle balls.
Gingle balls. You know, every now and then you do a little Joe Biden.
I do.
You do the...
Relax, I'm not voting. You know that. Giggles.
He's very Biden-like, which, I mean, I'd rather you be Biden-like than the other one.
I'm very independent. You know what that means, America? It means I'm not a snowflake. See you in segment 2.